Alright, hey guys, this is Morgan Langston
and Dominica Ellis.
And today we're going to be giving you guys 10 basic vocabulary terms for photography. So first up, we have focal length. Focal length is your measurement of your camera lens length. So for a shorter focal length, you'll have a larger view within your image, and if you have a longer or larger focal length, you'll have a shorter view.
And the second term is ISO. The ISO is a camera setting that affects the sensitivity of your camera. So the higher your ISO number is, the better it will be at capturing light.
So next up we have the bokeh. Bokeh is your quality of the out of focus areas within your image, and this affects the overall composition of your photo.
Next is the shutter speed, and the shutter speed says how fast or slow the shutter of your camera closes and opens. If you have a fast shutter speed, that will allow for a short exposure of your camera, and a slow shutter speed will give long exposure for your picture.
So next up we have our depth of field. Your depth of field is the distance within an image that is clear. A higher depth of field allows you to clearly see the whole image, while a lower depth of field will result in a blurry background or blurry aspects within your image.
And then we have white balance. White balance is the adjustment of color so that they are on the video as they are in real life. And to fix this, you would put something that is actually white in front of the camera and tell the camera that this is white so that all your colors are correct.
Next up we have our aspect ratio, which is the ratio of the width to height within an image. So for standard like TVs and videos, the ratio would be like 16:9. And photography would be 3:2, and social icons would be 1:1.
Next we have aperture. This is the hole in your lens that allows light in.
Next up we have our f-stop, which is the measurement that tells you how much light your aperture is letting in.
Lastly, we have frames per second, and this is the number of frames that will show each second in your video. Overall, standard broadcast is 30 frames per second, movies is 24 frames per second, and slow motion is 60 frames per second. The more frames per second, the smoother your video will be.
Alright y'all, thank you so much for joining us for these 10 terms, and we hope that you learned something from our definitions today.
Yes, bye.